All right, so here we are back working on the country CD, and we got 3 pages. I'm going to do one more for you, and hopefully between doing the first page and this second page, it should give you enough of a feeling for how to produce the rest of the pages by yourself. So this is my sample piece right here. We're going to keep that open so we can refer back to it, and I'm going to move us into Adobe InDesign, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on page number 2. So there's page number 2. So the very first thing I look at when I see this is that I've given this thing 1/8 of an inch of margin area. And I don't like that. Now that I look at it, I want the margin to be deeper. I want it to come into around here somewhere. So it's easy for me to fix this. All I have to do is go up to the layout menu and I choose margins and columns. And what I can do is I can change my margin numbers. And I think what I probably want is, I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure that this will work. I'm going to go in with 40 instead of what I have there of 125. So I want you to watch what happens to the margin. When I click on the next one, it jumps in, and it jumps in exactly where I want it. That looks really good to me. So I click on that. Now I got a margin, and there's my column width, which is a nice size column width. So really, when you're working with this, and if you know what you're doing, you can sort of look at these things and adjust them on the fly and make things look the way you want them to look. All right? So that's great. So here's the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to put Storm Inside of Me. This is our main headline. Okay? And to do that, I'm going to come over and I'm going to create a text frame, and I'm going to put a text frame right across the top of the entire thing. And it's going to be center aligned. And right now the thing is set to Minion Pro Condensed Italic 10.12, just pointing it out. I'm going to come up here and I have the copy set that I'm going to be using in a Word doc, so I can just copy and paste this stuff. So I'm copying the title, and I'm going to paste it, Command V, and I've pasted a Storm Inside of Me inside there, which is basically what I want. Now all I got to do really is format this thing. So I click on the font, and I notice that I have Go to Old Western right at the top. Now the reason that is because I was just working on this a little while ago, and I had that font for the cover, so that font's right there waiting for me to work on it, which is perfect for me. So I click on it, and I actually got to select this first, and then I come over and click on it. There you go. And it sets that to be Storm Inside of Me. I don't have to worry about weights on this because there is only that one weight. It's a display font. There's only that weight. So, but what I do want to do with this now is I want to come in and I want to start formatting this a little bit. So what I want to do to format this is, give me a second. Okay. What I want to do to format this is I want to set this to be 32 point. So I'm going to click on the drop down menu and I'll go to 30, and then I'm just going to tick it up a few more, 32. That looks really good to me. And I'm going to take a look at it, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's a little lower than I want it to be. So I'll look at this, and yeah, see, it's a little bit closer to the top up there. So really, I'm just going to use my up arrow key to bring it up to about where I want it. That's probably pretty good right there. So there's my title. That's all there is to putting the title in there. Now, I'm going to put in the copy that goes in the 2 columns over here. I'll show you how to format it, show you how to make a character style and a paragraph style for it, which you'll do the same thing for the other pages to create character styles and paragraph styles for the elements that you're working on. And you make a paragraph style and a character style for any place where you're going to repeat or reuse the formatting. So here you're going to do that. Let me do this first though. Let me click on this and go to the object menu and go to fitting and fit frame to content. There. So now I got a nice tight frame around my text. It's not in the way. It's going to be able for me. Oh, and by the way, another thing I think of as I'm doing this, I need a couple of layers here. All right. So I got layer 1. I'm going to click and place another layer right here. And this bottom layer, I'm going to call that images. Okay. And layer number 2, I'm going to call that text. T-E-X-T. Text. Okay, so there I got images and I got text. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab my my text tool, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag a frame out. Nice and big frame, okay? Go to my lyrics and I'm going to grab my first verse. So let's come in and grab my first verse, copy it, and Command V, paste it, and there it is. The first verse is pasted in. And I'm going to select this, and the first thing that I want to do with this is I want to format it, and basically it's going to be, I believe what I want is 9 point, and I want it to be over 10, not 9.9 over 10.8, 9 over 10. That looks great, but what I want this to be is I want this to be Myriad Pro condensed. So first thing I'm going to do is come up here, and I also have been using Myriad Pro. So you'll see Myriad Pro is essentially sitting right there at the top. So I can click on it and look at that. It throws Myriad Pro right into it. However, I got this at italic. Now the first verse wants to be in italic, but the rest of this does not. So I'm going to select this alone, and I'm going to change it from condensed italic to just plain condensed, and it looks like that, and that looks great, except it needs to indent a little bit. That I do in the paragraphs. So I come over to the paragraph, and what I want here is the indent left, or the left indent. Click that one time more. I'm going to put in a 0.125 indent. Now I'm going to deselect and take a look at it. That is exactly the way I want my text to look. So in order to make this so that I can use these settings over again, I'm going to create a paragraph and a character style. Let's do the character first. First verse will be my character style. So I go to my character style, I create a new character style, and I don't know what to name this, so I'm just going to call it verse. I really can't think of a better name, so V-E-R-S-E. Just as long as it's a name, you know what you're doing, it'll work. So I got that set to verse. I'm annoyed that that thing keeps popping up. So now I'm going to select the body copy. Now the body copy is not going to be a character style, but it's going to be a paragraph style. And this, I'm going to new paragraph style. I'm going to call that body. Right? Hit OK. And now I have a paragraph style and a body style. I select the frame, object, fitting, fit frame to content. It brings the content back up, and there it is, nice and tidy. So what I'm going to do is, so I can demonstrate this, I'm going to select the text tool, and I'm going to set this to 11 point, and I'm going to make it 11 over 12. The reason I'm doing this, and I'm going to come into the paragraph, and I'm going to make sure that I don't have any indenting on this, because I want to be able to put the copy into the next frame and then show you how I apply these paragraph and character style sheets. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to create another frame. Let's create a new frame right here. Create another frame right here. It'll be nice and big because you can adjust it. I'm going to go to lyrics. I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab the first chorus, the whole thing, copy it, and paste it in. Control V, it pastes in. Command A to select the whole thing. I'm going to bring this down in size to 9 point. That's the first thing I'm going to do, just to get myself in the ballpark. So there's my copy. Now let's apply the style sheets and see if they work. So I'll click on the chorus. I'll come over to my character style. I'll select verse, and it applies the verse perfectly. Beautiful. Select this. Go into my paragraph styles. Click on the body. Look at that. Perfect. See how easy this is? I got things all formatted, really easy, really clean, no problems whatsoever. Object fitting, fit frame to content. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to bring a guide down right about there, and I'm going to come over, get my, I'm going to not worry about this anymore because I think you saw this. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to drag that over to about here. Let me drag it down nice and deep, and I'm going to copy my second verse, copy it, and paste it into here, Control V. All right, there's my second verse, and you can see it went in beautifully. I also have a return I got to get rid of. And what I'm going to do now is, watch this. I'm going to just select the second verse, come to my character styles, Choose the second verse. Look at that. Isn't that great? It just immediately formats it right in. Do the same thing with this. Come over here to my paragraph, select body. How easy is this? I mean, it just can't be any better. It's beautiful. Now, object fitting, fit frame to content. There we go. Great. And we're on to our last bit of copy. Once again, come over here, drag myself out of frame, nice and deep, and copy, repeat chorus, and Command V to paste it in. And it looks like it's overset, but that's okay because you can click in there and Control A to select the entire bit of it. And let's bring the size down to where it fits. And it's still not fitting. Let me go down to about 8 point. Okay, there we go. And actually, this thing is really, let's go. There we go. Okay, so now I'm seeing the whole thing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go to repeat chorus, select repeat chorus, come over to my character styles, choose verse, perfect, and then come up here and select all this copy here, come into paragraph styles and click body, and there you go. Look at that. Perfect. It situates it very well. Now, the only thing that I'm going to want to do here is I'm going to want to move this copy down a little bit so that it sort of mirrors the look of the other. And you know, it's probably going to be easier for me to do this. Go to the view menu and go to screen mode and go to preview and take a look at that. And that actually looks pretty good. I guess this could come down just a touch. That looks actually pretty good right there. There you go. Now, there's one final thing. Let's go to the view menu and let's go to screen mode normal. And I'm going to put a picture in here. So what I really want to do is I want to select this and go object fitting, fit frame to content. Let's go to the layers panel. And so we don't have any problems, let's lock the text layer. Now the text layer is locked. We can go to the image layer and I can come in and I can grab the frame tool and I can drag out a frame, something like that. And I can go file place and I can find my picture. Let's go up to week 2. I think this is an assessment. Yes, it is. Let's find my picture. I believe it's that guy right there. Hit open and there's that picture. And now all I got to do is I got to figure out the size of this thing. So let me take a look at it and we'll see. It's actually pretty small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the size of this frame. I'm going to adjust the size of this frame somewhat. Let's bring it down this way. Let's bring it down like that. Let's bring it down like that. And let's bring it up like that. A little bit more to the left and to the right. Alright, bring it in a little bit. Okay, so I mean that's probably okay. And then I'm just going to align it in the center. See, you get the center align guide there. Then I'm going to click on the picture in the middle and I'm going to center that. Let's see if I can center that. First of all, let's start off by centering that. Oops, I didn't get it. Let me try centering this thing. There, it's now centered. Okay, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Alt key, and I'm going to start bringing that picture in until I like the composition of it. And I think probably something like this is good. Now let's check the original. Actually, that's darn good. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, there you go. Now, all you need to do to finish this thing is to come up here and apply a stroke to it of black, and maybe, I don't know, make it like a 2-point stroke. There we go. And let's go to the view menu again, and let's go to screen mode, preview. There it is, my friends. That's how you do it. And I'm done. I hope you understand. If you have any problems, come see me, Blackboard Collaborate. You know, I'm going to be there.